Welcome back to another video guys, and in this video we are going to discuss about the operators in Java and how we can use them. So let's start this video. First, they are used to perform operations on variables. Like to operate the variables we require the operators. Okay, so here is the definition. We can define operators as a symbol that help us to perform specific mathematical logical computation on operands. Operands are basically the variables and the values which are on which we are performing operations. So it is the definitions, and here is the types of operators. We have arithmetic type of operators, and in further we are divided arithmetic into two types, unary and binary. And then we have relational operators, logical operators, bitwise operators, and assignment operators. So in this video we are discussing all types of operators and with the practical examples how they are working. Okay, so we are going to our folder. If you want to take a screenshot of that. Okay, now we are creating a file which is a notepad file. Again we are using notepad word editor, notepad, and in this we are giving a file name operator dot java o capital. ओके, हम ऑपरेटर डॉट जावा नेम से फाइल क्रिएट करेंगे. तो here is our notepad file. Now first we are discussing about binary operators, which are our minus simple multiplication operators like plus, minus, multiplication and divide. These are under, and other is modulus. So we are learning those arithmetic operators with the help of an example. Okay, so let's create a code. क्लास ऑपरेटर नेम से क्लास क्रिएट करेंगे. मेन क्लास बनाएंगे. एंड अर्थमेटिक ऑपरेशन, बाइनरी ऑपरेटर्स तो बहुत इजी है अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए. फर्स्ट हम एक वेरिएबल बना लेते हैं इंट ए, जिसकी हम वैल्यू दे देते हैं 10. एक इंट बी बना लेते हैं जिसकी हम वैल्यू दे देते हैं 4. ओके, तो सिंपल हमें बाइनरी में हम सिंपल से ऑपरेशंस परफॉर्म करके देख लेते हैं. ओके, and here we are printing a plus b. Okay, and here is a minus b. Here is a multiplicator b. A modulus b. All right, so here are all the arithmetic operations we are using, and इस कोड को हमें कंपाइल करना होगा. अगेन हम हमारे फोल्डर में आएंगे, एंड देन वी आर ओपनिंग आवर कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट. so here is our command prompt. राइट, नाउ हम फाइल को कंपाइल करेंगे, कुछ एरर होगी तो. एंड ये ऑपरेटर डॉट जावा सिस्टम डॉट आउट डॉट प्रिंटलन की स्पेलिंग में मिस्टेक है. ऑल राइट, नाउ इट्स कम्प्लीटली फाइन. तो कोड सक्सेसफुली कंपाइल हो गया है. फाइल को रन कर लेते हैं. तो हियर वी गेट द सब्सट्रैक्शन, ओ सॉरी, Okay, so here is our addition of a program. A plus b is equals 14, so it adds both the values. And in subtraction, it subtracts 10 from 4, so we get 6. And in multiplication, 10 into 4, so we get here 40. And 10 divided by 4, so we get 2. And it returns the integer value, so we get the 2 and not 2.5, something like that. All right, if we store this value, if we try to, let me correct it, float. All right, we are typecasted it. And here you can see the value is 2.5 because it returns us the value. And it converted into a integer value. So integer does not takes a value after decimal. Okay, so it returns the 2 only. And now we get the float value because we typecasted into a float. All right, so it returns the 2.5. And here is the modulus operators. So if you are not knowing about modulus operators, it returns as the remainder. Like we are dividing 10 by 4, so we get the remainder 2. If we divide, let me change the values, let me correct it, 15. And if we divide 15 by 4, so we have the remainder is 3. So here we get the remainder is 3. So it basically give us the remainder. All right. So here are the binary arithmetic operators: plus, minus, and multiplication, division, and modulus. And now we are discussing about unary operators. So unary operators are increment and decrement. And it is the address operator which is used in C language to access the value at address, or at accessing the address. We use the AND operator in C language. Okay, so it is the AND operator. And we are not using in Java right now. And let me give you a example of this increment and decrement. So we are go with that code. Okay, so increment operator is used to increase the value by 1, and decrement operator is same as increment, it decrease the value by 1. So we can use them. And we can further divide it into a pre-increment and post-increment. Like give you an example of post-increment. Here is the example of post increment. If we like that, if we write a as this, so it is the post increment of a. Like post increment means if we accessing a value, so after accessing we have to increase the value of a. Okay, and in pre increment I write example how pre-increment has written like this. Okay, so in pre-increment, if we want to access somewhere a value of a and write it like that, so it means that first increase the value of a, then use it. Okay, so first it will increase the value of a and print it. All right, so let us understand with some examples. Like first, and this also I have to tell you that if we done any increment, it change the value of that variable. We do not have to change and assign it. Okay, so let's give you a simple example first. And here we prints a plus plus. Okay, here we prints plus plus a. And here we prints a only. All right, and we can done same with b. All right, copy हो जा. All right. So here we write b minus 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 b pre-decrement and simple b. So here it is our code, and here is our command prompt. सेव फाइल को सेव करके now we can compile our file. Here is some error system. Okay, here is also an error. println. Okay. println में ही मेरी सबसे ज़्यादा टाइपिंग एरर्स होती है. Now the file is compiled. Okay, so here we get the increment and decrement. Like here we increase the value of by 1, but you can see the difference between is there is 2. All right, so what happens here that the value of a is 15 right now, and we know that if in post increment first we access the value, and then after accessing we can increase the value by 1, and in the there is a pre increment, so the value has to be changed and become 16 after that value access. All right, so the value is now become 16, and it prints 15 and change it into 16. All right, and when we are here, so the value of a is right now is 16. So our pre-increment first increase the value by 1 and then access it. So it takes the value 16 and increase by 1, changes into 17 and access here. So it gives us the 17, and there is the value changes to 17, and here we print simple a, and same as here we done a post decrement. So first it will access the value and decrease the value by 1, so it becomes 3 after accessing, and here we pre-decrement, like first we decrease the value of b, then we access, so it makes the value of b is 2, and then it access, and here we print simple b. So it is the some basic example. I have some more codes. You can try to decode it, what is the output of that before seeing the output. All right, so let me type the code. So here we take a value of a is 5, and b को value हम assign करेंगे. All right, so b is equals to, we are assigning plus plus a, then add, then x plus, okay sorry, a plus plus, then plus plus a. Okay, so here is our assignment, and you have to try to decode what is the output, and here I what is the value of a and b. So here I print the value of a and b. Let me pick this. स्क्रीन को मिनिमाइज कर देते हैं. system.out.println, and here I print a, and give some space. Okay, so before compiling and running this code, you have to guess what is the value of a and what is the value of b. Okay, so we are going to our command prompt and compile our code, so no error. So our output is 8 and 20, and I will explain you the code. First we starting from there, and here we get the value of let me write here. All right, it is the comment, sorry. So here is the value becomes 6. Right now the value of a is 6, and here we add 6 plus 6. All right, so the value of first a is, it makes it a 6, and after that we are adding a with a, so we are adding we are with this code. All right, so it increase the value by 1 and add it to a, so it becomes 12 right now, and after 12 we increase the value of a, so our a is become 7 right now. Okay, so the value of a is equals to, I will write in a bracket, a is equals to 7 right now. and after that we are pre-incremented, like we increment the a value by 1 and then added it. So the value of a becomes 8 right now, and we added 8, and here is the value of a is equals to 8. So here is the output, a is 8 and b is 6 plus 6 plus 8 is 20. So that's how the pre-increment and post-increment works. All right, I will show you with an easy example. There are lots of complex questions we can make with that. So it is the arithmetic operations, and now we are discussing about our next operators, which are relational operators. Okay, so relational operators are used to define the relationship between the two objects, and we are mainly used in if and else, like we are, if we want some conditions to check like it is less than, greater than, so we use the relational operators at that point mostly. And basically they are simple, less than and greater than, so we can understand them easily. So we are going to our again. Okay, so in main screen first we are taking a value of a, and value of b is 21. All right, and okay, so here we are printing with the help of if statement. So if you know, if you don't know about if and else, so if is the block which is executed when the condition is true, and else is the block which is executed when the condition is false. We are discussing if else in the next videos, but right now it is you have to understand that if the condition is true, if block is executed, and if the condition is false, then the else block is executed. First we are checking our a is less than b. ओके, सो अगर ये कंडीशन सही होती है तो इफ ये वाला ब्लॉक एग्जीक्यूट होगा. तो हियर वी आर प्रिंटिंग सिस्टम डॉट आउट डॉट. ऑल राइट, सो हियर वी आर प्रिंटिंग व्हाट, ट्रू. ऑल राइट, ट्रू प्रिंट कर लेते हैं हम, सिंपल सा ट्रू. एंड एल्स हियर वी आर प्रिंटिंग false. Okay, so these both are the statements. If the a is less than b, it prints true, and if a is greater than b, so it prints false. So right now we have. All right, so we are compiling our file again. Okay, here it prints true because a is less than 5. Right now I change the value of a here, and then again we have run this file. So first we have to compile our file. All right, so it prints right now false because it checks that if the a is less than b, so a is not less than b, so else block is executed and it prints the false value. And same we can use the greater than operator. Okay, okay, so it give us the true because a is greater than b right now. And again the operator is it is the, okay, so it is a greater than equal to operator if a is greater than b or equals to b, है ना. It adds the new condition and it also validates the equal value. I will give here a value equals to a is greater than or equal to 50. We can check less than or greater than also with the values. So here is no problem if I directly give the value. I will check if a is greater than 50 or equal to 50. All right, if any of them condition is true, then the value then this statement also get executed because that it is true. All right, तो हमारा जो वैल्यू है 50 वो इक्वल है. बट if I provided here without giving an equal sign, so it does not takes equals values. Okay, if it has to be a greater than 50 or not. All right, if it is equals, then it doesn't accept it as a true condition. All right, let me show you. Here it prints the false because we remove the equals operator. So right now we are providing a condition is only greater than. If it is equal, then it is considered under a false value. All right, and similar we have less than equals to, and here I prints 50. So 50 is also validate. So 50 is valid here, and if I remove the sign of equal, then it becomes a simple less than. So it does not valid here. I compile the code. Okay, so it gives us the false. And here we have a new operator which is also a not operator. Okay, so here is the not equal. It is the symbol of not equal. If we have to check that a is equals to 50 or a is not equals to 50. All right, so we provides not operator in the starting and then after equal. If a is not equals to 50, then it prints true, and but in our condition a is 50, so it prints it has to print false. So here we get the false, and opposite of that we have equal equals to operators. If we have a is 50 and b is 50, so we can check them with the help of double equal to symbol which represents equals to. All right, तो हम फाइल को सेव करके कंपाइल करेंगे एंड रन करेंगे. सो इट गिव अस द ट्रू इफ आई चेंज द वैल्यू बाय 51. All right, then we can again compile it. Okay, so it gives us the false because a is not equals to 51, and if I take not equals to here, then it prints true, because we all know that not is change our boolean result into a opposite. Like if we get the true value, then it changes into a false. All right, here we get the true because a is not equals to 50. Okay, so here are the examples of relational operators, and next we have our logical operators, which are and, or, and not. And we use logical operators to perform logical functions. Like if two conditions are true and we want that both the condition has to be true, and then after we have to execute something, so we use them. And if we want that any of the conditions from the given conditions is true, so we use or to choose any of them condition. Like uh, like condition 1 has to be true, condition 2 has to be true, any of them is true, then the code will execute it. And not basically changes the result into a opposite result. Like if we get the true from the true as output, so it changes into a false. So let us understand with the help of code again. Here I open command prompt. Okay, so here we are taking some conditions with the help of and or. First I will type you uh, it is equals to and operator, is known as and operator. Okay, and it is equals to or operator, and it is our not operator. All right, so these are the commands, so they are not get executed. Okay, so first we are checking if we want first we are taking an example of and operator, and here we check if both the condition is true. Like if a is equals to 50 and b is what is the value of b? B is 21. So b is less than 30. Okay, so in these conditions we have to both the value is true, then we get the output is a true. Otherwise, if any of them condition is false, then it returns false. Okay, so it checks every conditions, if any of the condition is true, any of the condition is false, so it gives us the false value and the code of that is not executed. Okay, let me show you with an example, compile code. So here we get the true because both the conditions of our given condition are true. Let me change the value of here is 20. Now our second condition is false, but our first condition is true. So let's see what it will give. It returns false here. ऐसा यहाँ इसलिए हो रहा है ताकि देखिए हमें पहली कंडीशन तो ट्रू मिल गई, लेकिन हमें सेकंड कंडीशन फॉल्स मिल रही है, तो इसे दो ही कंडीशन दी हमने और दो ही ट्रू होनी चाहिए। एंड के केस में हमें जितनी भी कंडीशन है अगर सारी ट्रू होगी देन ही वो ट्रू रिटर्न करेगा। ऑलराइट, सो हमारी एक कंडीशन फॉल्स थी, सो इसने हमें फॉल्स रिटर्न करा। ओके, एंड इफ वी टेक और हियर, है ना, एंड का तो हो गया, बट इफ वी टेक और, तो हम चेक करेंगे और के लिए। तो इट गिव्स अस हियर अ ट्रू। इफ और में और के साथ कुछ ऐसा है कि भाई पहली कंडीशन अगर ट्रू है तो वह अगली कंडीशन चेक ही नहीं करेगा। इट गेट्स एनी ऑफ द कंडीशन इज ट्रू, देन इट डजंट चेक द फर्दर कंडीशंस एंड डायरेक्टली एग्जीक्यूटेड द कोड। जैसे हमारे पास यहाँ तो अभी दो ही कंडीशन है, बट यदि बहुत सारी कंडीशंस होती है तो हम पहले प्रायोरिटी देंगे उस कंडीशंस को जिससे हमें चेक करवाना है। लाइक आई विल शो यू विथ एन एग्जांपल कि वो कैसे अगली वैल्यू को चेक नहीं करता है। स्ट्रिंग str बनाते हैं हम एंड उसको नल वैल्यू असाइन कर देते हैं। ओके, सो वी नो दैट इफ वी ट्राई टू एक्सेस any value with a null pointer, so it give us the exception, and here I will show you that why or is not checking the further condition. Okay, so if I print here a star, string is equals to hello. Okay, so if the code is go there and try to access the string, it give us the exception. ओके, तो हमें देखते हैं एक्सेप्शन आती है कि नहीं और के केस में। कोड सक्सेसफुली कंपाइल हो गया है एंड हियर वी गेट द ट्रू वैल्यू। हाउ वी गेट द ट्रू वैल्यू, एंड हियर इज द it first it checks the condition, it gets true, then it doesn't check this condition. If he goes to check this condition, then definitely a exception come. I will show you with an example. Like here is I will give you value, and here I compile the code. Okay, here we get the exception. Why we didn't get any X? Okay, so here I correct some code because we are not accessing the anything about anything while taking the value of string as a null. So here I try to access the length of a string is equals to 5. So it access some kind of method with the help of that object. So here we right now there we get the exception like Java C. So at the runtime we get the exception because it checks the another value, and if we are try to make it correct, it doesn't check the another value. Okay, so here we didn't get any type of exception because it checks the value here and go to the true block. All right, And in case of AND operator, it checks all the conditions. So I don't have to show you, but I will show you something. Okay, it gives us the null pointer exception. Okay, इसकी value null है, so we cannot access with the help of that object. All right, so it is the benefit of OR, whether it gets the value of it gets the value true, so it return as the simply execute the true block. All right, so that's it for OR. And if we are taking NOT operator, so you all know NOT is used to convert. We are also learn in the logical operators, sorry, relational operators. In relational operators, that how we can use NOT. And here is the again example. If a is not equals to 50, then it has to execute. Okay, but I will show you how we also can use if a is equals to 50, and we know that this condition is true, but we again put OR at the front, so it changes the value. What happened, brother? First, any precedency error? Okay, so it does not understand what is the code. Precedency error था, हमने उसे remove कर दिया है. Okay, typing error था थोड़ा सा. Okay, so it gives us the false, but we have the condition which is equals to 50, so we get the true value here, and true is converted into a false. And if it gets the false, so it will execute the else block. All right, so that's it for this video, and we are discussing the remaining operators in the next video. So thank you for watching this video.